peep that game and not fall for it.
All right, since you've been here in New York, how do people treated you? Have anybody ran up to you yet? White people, black people? Because they do this to us all the time. Wherever we go, they run up, oh, can I take a picture with you? How they treat you, brother?
Oh man, the brothers and sisters out here are lovely. What's up, family? Y'all good? Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Man, when I come to you, I get the utmost respect coming all the way from the airport to the hotel. The Lyft driver be like, oh, damn, Tariq. So yeah, they always show love, man. I've gotten so much love out here, man, and so much respect. And that's what I like about New York. New York is either one way or the other. It's like we with you or we don't. So they got this thing where New Yorkers are rude. New Yorkers are not rude. They just ain't with you. You understand? And so, I love New York to life, man. My wife wants to move out here. I would. These brownstones are too damn hot. Hey, them brownstones, god damn. Like, yeah, I guess those buildings are older. They can't put AC in there. I don't know what it is, but them brownstones, they hold heat. So if I can get me a New York beach house somewhere, I'd with it.
Right. Oh man. How would you describe yourself? A revolutionary, a black supremacist, pro-black, etc. How would you describe yourself?
First, I say that I'm a victim of white supremacy. That's number one, because that's real. I'm in a system of white supremacy. I'm a victim, and I'm still trying to figure out how not to be a victim. One thing I don't like to call myself, I don't like to call myself a leader, which a lot of media outlets love trying to make me the black leader, and I always reject it, especially Fox News. I'm the leader of everybody when it comes to Fox News. I'm the Black Panther leader. I'm the leader of fucking Wakanda, if you let them tell it. But I reject that title, because once you have that title, everybody puts the onus on you. Everybody puts too much pressure on you, and we should have a leaderless movement. The code should be the leader. So as far as what I look at myself as somewhat of a revolutionary to a certain degree, but a revolutionary of thought, because that's where it starts. Because even if we have a physical revolution, what are we going to do the next week? How are we going to rebuild? How are we going to learn how to build an economy? So it takes thinking to do that. We can be about that rah-rah life, but after the rah-rah is over, you have to build something, and you have to replace what you've just taken away.
I heard rumors out there that you was a pastor. Do you do sermons regularly?
No, I became an ordained minister really to go to Africa. I was going to use that, my ordainship, to go to Africa and help people over there. But when I went over there, I didn't see all these sickly, dying people like I kept hearing about. And they were like, hey, they're like, man, we ain't got no goddamn malaria. We got trees we can go make a tea, and malaria be gone in 3-4 days. So, I became an ordained minister just so I could use that to help other people if I needed to get into different countries. And, I'm a traveling minister to a certain degree, because I travel around the world just kind of trying to empower people. And that's what I do. I don't try to be like the Creflo Dollars, anybody like that. I try to do something that's going to really help the people and really help myself, because I'm still trying to figure out how to deal with systematic white supremacy.
What is your thoughts on debates? Would you ever participate in the debate?
Now, I don't really do debates, because that's just not my cup of tea. I like to go directly to the white supremacists. How you doing, brother? All right, I like to go directly towards the white supremacists. That's why when I debate on Fox News or something like that. Yeah, I don't really like to debate other brothers. It's like, to me, like Neely Fuller said, that's like debating in a prison cell. You're debating with another prisoner. So I want to go to the warden and really get on them and start slashing them. I go after the Richard Spencers and the Jared Taylors. I go after the big dogs like that. But it's good for brothers to debate, because that gets folks on top of their game, and I respect that part of it. That's a good way to share information. You share knowledge. If somebody's slipping and incorrect with the knowledge, you're having a debate and you're correcting that person. I remember when my brother Polite debated Seti, and I said, hey man, Polite smash dude, and niggas was mad at me. I'm like, niggas is mad at me. I'm like, what the f you mad at? This wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. And shout out to Seti. No disrespect to him. That's just what it is. So just because somebody bigs up the next dude for having more charisma, more knowledge, more factual information, that's not me shitting on the other guy. My other dude needs to just step it up a little bit. So we have to be respectful when it comes to that. So that's my thing. When it's a debate and motherfuckers want to fight afterwards, then, all right, we need to chill out with that. But if it's a respectful thing, that's cool in the gang.
Right. Tell us about Hidden Colors. What motivated you to first begin Hidden Colors 1, to start this series off? How did you come into that thought and idea?
When I was in 2010, that's when I first came up with the concept for Hidden Colors. I was in Australia. I went to Australia and I was looking at the Aborigine people. I was trying to find the Aborigine people and I couldn't find them. Yes, please, thank you, brother. When I went to Australia, I was trying to find the Aboriginal people and I couldn't find them. And I found out that many of them were killed off. Many of them were funneled into ghetto areas. There was like a light genocide there. And I noticed that the people who were white there, every time I asked about the Aborigines, they were almost embarrassed to admit what was going on. So that made me say, I need to come over here and start letting people know these white supremacists are getting on code. So I need to let us know about our history. And at the time, you had movies like Precious and The Blind Side and all these movies showing us in such a negative light. And we kept wondering who's going to make something positive, who's going to make a movie for us, by us, that's going to tell a positive message historically. And there was nobody doing it. So I'm like, okay, well, I have to step up to the plate and try it. And that's when we started Hidden Colors 1, and it became a global phenomenon.
Why is Hidden Colors so important to black people? Because black people all over the world gravitate towards that. I hear people talking about Hidden Colors all over. You know, it's like a melanin explosion. And what I mean by that is the knowledge and the infinite. You know, like an explosion, you shoot off a shotgun and pellets go all over. Yeah. Well, that's the way the consciousness is. Yeah. It's a melanin explosion where this consciousness is hitting everybody. Everybody's starting to wake up and trying to wake up. You know, so why do you think it's so important to us as a people?
Yeah. The Hidden Color series is important because it conglomerated a lot of knowledge that was already there. Remember, you've been doing these videos. A lot of people that I saw in your videos became people in Hidden Colors. We've had little videos scattered of our scholars for 30, 40 years. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to get some of these scholars and just put them in one setting and take bits and pieces of everything and just kind of put it together with images. The images were very important because we're a visual society. We like to see what we're hearing. So putting video images and photograph images on top of it, that just really, you know, what made everything real clear and concise, and people gravitated towards it. I mean, I remember I did a lecture in Amsterdam, and I ran into a brother from Ethiopia. And the brother said when he first saw Hidden Colors, it was so overwhelming to him. Every time he watched it, he started having seizures. I mean, he kept seeing electric lights because the information was just blowing him away. And the information is like that. When you're getting information about yourself that you've never heard and it's having a positive reaction, because every time we hear about ourselves in history, we were slaves, we got our asses whooped. So hearing positive information about yourself just being thrown at you back to back to back, that was a culture shock to us because it's never taught to us, and people gravitated towards it.
All right. Do you think Black Power is dead?
It's not dead. Black Power, we're trying to get black empowerment. So we're trying to be in a position where we're empowered to protect ourselves. Once we get to that position where we can protect ourselves from outside forces, that's when we'll be fully empowered. So we're on our road to black empowerment. So Black Power, a lot of that is sloganism, and I don't like to get caught up in too much sloganism. We are on the road to empower ourselves, and what we have to do is start by empowering ourselves economically, academically, educationally, militarily, and socially.
All right, two more quick questions. Tell us about your last project, about Haiti, 1904? 1804. Tell us about 1804. Was that successful? Was it a hit? Did it do good?
Man, 1804 was a huge smash. It was like the #1 documentary on Amazon for like 3 or 4 months. That was a huge movie, and the Haitians love it. Obviously, you know, they still show it down. They were showing it all month of August down in Miami, all over the place. And that's one of my favorite movies because the reenactment scenes. I had a real good time doing the reenactment scenes. That's one of my most elaborate movies because we got a lot of extras. We had brothers and sisters reenact the slave scenes and the rebellion scenes, and that's something that's never been seen before. And just the energy of that is so powerful, seeing black people whooping ass like that, and it's a real story. That's the thing. It's not fantasy. It's not, you know, the Black Panther, nothing like that. This stuff really happened. And what's funny, I got criticized heavy by a lot of white people because they thought, okay, well, Tariq is trying to throw out some dog whistles. They were like, well, you're trying to talk in code, putting this movie out. You're trying to instigate something. No, I'm just telling history just like everybody else.
Last question, brother. What is Hidden Colors going to do for us part 5? What should we expect on Hidden Colors? Are you going to turn it up even more with part 5 because you have learned so much through your experience with 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I know you're about to give us some flavor on part 5, brother.
Man, Hidden Colors 5 is about to be raw. We taking this thing from the scholarship to the streets. But we taking it there because what we want to do is show that there was a black warrior class, and we need to have that black warrior class that protected the community. We're talking about the history of black warfare.